Jeffrey Efron is a professional photographer from Miami, Florida, who captures the most stunning pictures of the most beautiful models. About 7 months ago, while Jeffrey was by the shore, he spotted Alessandra. She's beautiful. The first time he saw her, she was sunbathing on the beach in the shade of her blue umbrella. Should I give it to her? Sorry for taking your picture without permission. I just couldn't resist. But keeping this also seemed unethical, so I'm returning your picture to you. If you like it, give me a call. Nice picture. Who is this mystery man? Alessandra is an air hostess. And while she was usually in the air, she was taking a break enjoying the sunshine in Florida. And this sweet gesture came as a delightful surprise for her. And with one call, began Jeffrey and Alessandra's relationship. They met up, went on romantic dates, enjoyed each other's company, and the rest became history. And about a month ago, Jeffrey proposed, and the couple got engaged and were planning to get married in the near future. While Alessandra was opting for domestic flights for these past months, it was recently she got scheduled for a flight all the way to Europe. It's gonna be a week-long trip, sweetheart. I'm gonna miss you so much. Me too. Take care. It's you I'm worried about. Don't forget to take out the trash, don't pile up the dishes, and most importantly, get rid of the reminiscence of your ex. It's impossible living here with it. What do you mean? The ants. The ants have been driving me crazy, Jeffrey. This house is full of them. Ever since Alessandra started coming over and spending nights at Jeffrey's place, she noticed there were ants all over the house. The tiny critters had become a nuisance, eating up the food, crawling under their blankets and biting them. Ouch, what is that? Ants? Again? I got the pesticide just the other day. Jeffrey had been trying to rid the ants for weeks now, but no matter what, they always seemed to be coming back. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Bye. With Alessandra gone for the week, Jeffrey got to his work as well. After a long day of travel and photo shoots, he returned home in the evening, leaned back on his couch, and relaxed. The weather had been gloomy and cool. There was a moist breeze in the air. Perhaps it would rain soon. Can't let this beautiful evening go to waste. Who do I call? Rachel? Jessica? No, Angelina. Hey babe, wanna come over? Sure, but where's your girlfriend? Don't worry about her, I'm all alone. Sure, Jeffrey was committed to Alessandra, but he was also committed to having fun with his many other girlfriends. So she won't be back for a week. Wow, it's time to have some fun. Want a drink? And the jacuzzi? Jeffrey had a good time with Angelina that evening and spent the night at his place. But sometime in the middle of the night, he woke up startled hearing her scream. What happened? Something is biting me. As Angelina threw off the blanket, Jeffrey turned on the lamp, both shocked to see numerous ants on the bed. "Jeffrey, look." Thousands and thousands of ants were swarming around on the ground, trying to climb up. So many ants. What is going on here? Why is this happening? I don't know, these ants have been driving me crazy. It's like something's attracting them here. You need to call an exterminator. I used the pesticide around the house, it got less. I don't know where they came from again. Trying to fan the ants away and shake them off their clothes, Angelina and Jeffrey only ended up exhausting themselves to no progress. I think I'll go home. I can't sleep here like this. Alright, let me drop you off. No, I'll manage. What am I going to do? That night, Jeffrey took out the pesticides and sprayed it all around the house. And finally, when the situation got a little better, he went to bed. But this was far from the end of all this. In the next few days, the ants spread around everywhere in the house. How did they get inside the jars? They were eating up and ruining all the food. How did my shirt get ripped? Oh no, they were even eating up the clothes. What? No, not the photos. Shoot. But the worst seemed to be when Jeffrey walked into his studio one morning to find the pictures he had hung up to develop had been ruined. His film had been eaten, and there were ants all over and inside his camera and equipments. When about 4 days went by like this, without proper sleep or rest, Jeffrey was starting to lose his mind. What do I do? Light the house on fire? How do I get rid of these pests? So, the next day, Jeffrey went to a professional exterminator. "I have ants all over the house, it's ridiculous. How do I get rid of them?" "Do you have sugary substance laying around the house?" "No, I cleaned everything, but the ants won't go." "Alright, try this. It's really powerful, wipes out not just ants, but all insects." So that night, when Jeffrey got home, he immediately put on some gloves and took out the pesticide from the exterminator. Finally, it works. To much wanted relief, the pesticide got the ants to leave the house, and Jeffrey laid down in bed and went to a deep sleep. Jeffrey was horrified seeing ants all over his bed. All over him, constantly biting him. He tried to brush them off, but they only crawled back on. Unable to take the pain, Jeffrey began to panic. What was he going to do now? Water. Jeffrey immediately ran out to his backyard and jumped into the pool. As he submerged himself in the water, the ants all floated off. Jeffrey couldn't take it anymore. He was so tired and sleep-deprived. He fell asleep in the pool that night. The next morning, Jeffrey woke up to ant colonies gathered around the backyard. When he went inside, the house was infested. Jeffrey immediately sprayed the pesticide around and even lit a fire in the backyard. But by evening, the ants were back again. Jeffrey was too exhausted to cook dinner and thought he'd just drink some milk and sleep on it. But when he drank straight from the carton, he started to feel something pinch in his throat. Jeffrey immediately vomited, horrified to see ants, so many ants. He stared at himself in the mirror. His entire face and body had become red and swollen with ant bites, and now his throat was swelling up too. I know how this is going to stop. Jeffrey walked out into the backyard as the rain poured. He grabbed his shovel and began digging to the corner. Until he hit something. About 9 months ago, Jeffrey had met a young woman named Olivia, who had moved here from the countryside, hoping to begin a modeling career. In search for a photographer, she came to Jeffrey. So where are you staying? I've been here about a week. Still haven't found a place to stay. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm running low on my savings too. Olivia was a beautiful woman, and Jeffrey was instantly attracted to her. She shared her situation with him, and realizing she needed help, Jeffrey decided to help her, thinking it could lead to a relationship. How much will the portfolio cost? Don't worry about it. Pay me back when you get selected. And if you want, I have an extra room in my house. You can move in. No, I don't want to be a burden on you. Absolutely not. You can give rent. Olivia then moved into his house. And though she was kind and friendly to him, that's as far as it went. Olivia was ambitious and dedicated to her career. She wasn't looking for a relationship. But Jeffrey could change that. It was one day Jeffrey had taken her out to a fair on the beach shore as a date. Is that a gypsy? Come on, Jeff, let's go check out our fortune. Humoring her, Jeffrey sat down at the gypsy's table as Olivia gave her hand. What would you like to know, dear? Am I going to be a successful model? The gypsy smiled as she looked at Olivia's hand. But suddenly, the look on her face changed. What happened? Yes, you will be a very successful model. Olivia lighted up in joy as she pulled Jeffrey's hand forward. See if my friend is going to find the love of his life. This is bogus, Olivia. Come on, it's fun. This time, as the gypsy took Jeffrey's palm, I couldn't see anything. All right then, let's go, Olivia. Such a waste of time. Wait, the gypsy said. She picked up an aquarium of ants and showed Olivia. Take this for a small price. It will bring you good luck. Seeing Olivia buy the aquarium, Jeffrey shook his head. If buying ants could make you a superstar, all models would be ant keepers. Olivia would take care of the ants with all her heart. She would feed them every few hours. She would clean out the aquarium and sometimes even talk to them. Jeff, I'm ordering pizza. You want some? No. Come on, I know you're hungry. I'll order you some spaghetti. I got a movie. We can watch and eat. Jeffrey was getting frustrated how Olivia didn't pay him the kind of attention he wanted. At first, he thought she liked him. But then Jeffrey realized Olivia had friend-zoned him. Alright, if she doesn't want a relationship, I'll use her and then kick her out. What are you doing? What? It's getting late. I'm gonna go to bed. Got a lot of work tomorrow. Jeffrey tried everything to flirt with her and dropped all the hints, but Olivia never reciprocated. And when things went on like this, Jeffrey started to get furious. And one night, after getting drunk, when Olivia returned home, he lost all control and tried to take advantage of her. Jeffrey, what are you doing? You're not in your senses. Jeffrey, stop. Olivia tried to resist, and in the hustle, Jeffrey fatally hit her. Coming to his senses, Jeffrey knew he couldn't let this be known. So that night, he buried Olivia in the ant aquarium in his backyard to be forgotten forever. Since Olivia was new to the city and had no family here, Jeffrey got away with telling the few people who knew her that she had gone back home. But there was someone who knew his secret, even before he had it. Will I be a successful model? Yes, you will be a very successful model. See if my friend is going to find the love of his life. I couldn't see anything. That evening, the gypsy had seen Olivia's death was near. She would have a brutal end. And when she saw Jeffrey's hand, she was horrified to know Jeffrey would be her murderer. Take this for a small price. It will bring you good luck. So before Olivia left, she gave the aquarium to her as a curse to avenge her death. A week later, Alessandra landed in Florida, eager to get home and meet Jeffrey again. But strange as it was, Jeffrey hadn't been answering her calls. Reaching home that evening, Alessandra knocked on the door to no answer. She got her keys and opened up. But stepping inside, she was shocked. The ants were everywhere. The food, the furniture, everything was half eaten, ruined. What happened here? Jeffrey, where are you? Seeing the back door open, Alessandra walked out. A piercing scream left her lips as she saw what lay on the ground. Jeffrey's body half eaten by ants. And beside him, a ditch dug out, in which lay the perfect body of a beautiful young woman. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.